Ew. Okay, we're good.
Okay. So we will, need to have a motion to bring it back into, sessions, please.
I'll move that we come out of closed session at 8:55, return to regular session. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to come out of the closed session. Lisa, please take the roll.
Tim,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Gwen,
Yes. New business, continue to approve the police union agreement, and Danielle, if you would please, share some information with the public.
Yes, so attached to the agenda is the tentative agreement that is being presented to you guys. I did, and you're more than welcome to go through all of any of that, but I did try to do just a summary of the contract or a brief summary to highlight the main points under financial impact and summary. So all of our police department all of our regular full-time and part-time employees are covered minus the chief. The shift bids will take place annually, no later than October 15th for the next year. With the exception of our school resource officer, because their assignment is permanent and there's a lot of training that's involved in that. So we don't want to be moving officers or people around and having that additional expense. Sick leave is added following the Earned Sick Time Act. All other leaves remained the same. Longevity, insurance, and retirement remains the same as they are today. Wages would be a 5% increase effective October 1st, 2024. So because we were in negotiations, that will be backdated to the beginning of the fiscal year. And then 4% the next 2 years on October 1. There is a one-time signing bonus of $1,500 for the employees, and this agreement is for a 3-year term. So we will be back in 3 years to renegotiate and talk about any changes on both or either side. But if you guys have any specific questions for me regarding this agreement, let me know. Otherwise, staff and the subcommittee, that was Bill Gritsmaker, James Eitzen, Mike Gunter, Chief, myself, and our attorney Greg Schultz are all recommending this agreement for approval. And the police union, I guess. Should clarify that too.
Thank you. And if you could clarify just one more time, Danielle, why we were allowed to go into closed sessions, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, so closed session was just to discuss the strategy involved with the negotiations, not the contract itself. This contract is available online and through the agenda, so it is public information, but again, that was just to talk about the specifics of the negotiations.
Thank you for clarifying. If there's no further discussion, I would entertain a motion, please.
I move to approve the police union agreement as presented and authorize James Eitzen to execute the agreement on behalf of the governing body.
I'll support that.
The motion has been made and supported. I think, Lisa, we're ready for you.
Bill,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Gwen,
That motion has been made. Again, thank you all for your participation. I'd like to go on to reports. Excuse me, we can see that there is the administrators, the treasurer, and DPW. Are there any questions or concerns anyone would like to address at this time? Anything special? Here, or Mike?
Good.
Thank you. We would have council discussion.
I would just like to say thank you to the DDA and the village staff for a Yuletide event that was phenomenal this year. So thank you to all who were involved with that.
Concur. I do have something, if I may. Danielle, do we have an expected timeline when the new council members will officially join and / take effect? I know you and I had talked on the phone, but I had to get that up there on record, please.
So once the election is certified, I have tentatively scheduled oath of office on November 25th, which we will proceed with that meeting unless the election is not certified in time. Typically, it is done this week, so I'm hoping that it'll be the same. Obviously, you never know, if something changes, I will definitely be putting something out for that. But I've already met with Sherry and, who right now unofficially, would be the next council member, so that's kind of our schedule at this point.
Thank you. Another question, if you could go, keep on record, I know we talked a little bit prior to the meeting, but, I know that things are still being worked on with the speed signs. Can you address, is it having the impact you were hoping for?
Well, the speed signs are up and running. What we did, we initially put them out on, East Adrian. They have what's called a stealth mode, and in that mode, they don't display any speeds, but they do collect data. So, based on the recommendations from the manufacturer to get a, comparative study, we did run them for a week in stealth mode to get some good data on,
I like
speed
the
and
title,
time.
stealth mode.
Yeah, I created a spreadsheet that breaks down in 15-minute increments to tell us how many cars were measured during that time. What their collective speed was, what the top speed was, so that data is very useful for us to look at. When we have problem timeframes. We did move, one of the signs for election day. Election day had some challenges because the township moved the voting polling station from the firehouse to their new, township hall. The problem being parking was one of them. The second issue, we do have, one of our problem locations for crashes is at Westbrook and 223, with people getting rear-ended. So we did put up one of the speed signs, closer down by the new pharmacy. And we set it strictly at the speed limit, so at a mile over, it started flashing at you, and at 5 miles over, you were getting red and blue lights. Because we just wanted to slow people down and get their attention before they got down there. We made it through election day with no crashes, no incidents, and we did really well with that. So they're already an effective tool. I will be moving them around town. I don't necessarily want to disclose where I'm going to move to, just have people see them. And the manufacturer has given me lots of manuals with some really excellent guidelines on setting up procedures for taking in requests and how to evaluate those requests and where to place the signs.
Now,
So-
it does, for clarification as well, does not take a picture of the person that is driving, does
No,
not take a picture of the license plate. There are no photos at all
no,
involved.
no photographs. All it does is measure speed. It's all it does, measure speed, record speed. So,
Thank you.
I'd like to thank Mike for making that suggestion some time ago to get those signs, or purchase those signs.
Wanted those for a long time. They're nice.
they're working out better than I even anticipated, so.
Thank you for answering those questions. Tim, anything that you'd like to address?
Yeah, if I have somebody pass me and one of those signs doing 49, can I pull them over? In a 35, may I pull them over?
No.
Question was answered, okay.
You won't deputize me to pull them over?
Well, that's the second question.
Will you deputize me to pull them over?
We can talk. I do have an opening.
Eric, anything in particular?
I'm good.
And Jerry?
Yeah, I think tonight's my last council meeting, so, I just wanted to take this opportunity to first and foremost thank the village residents and the taxpayers for electing me to this position 4 years ago. I was appointed 4 years and 5 months ago, ran that election and appreciate all of their support. It's been a good 4 years. I mean, we've had our ups and downs, we've had our disagreements. But I think collectively, I've really been reflective over the last 4 years. And I think this council has done a lot of good things. I think we've got in the village, with the help of Danielle when she came in and our staff, I think this village is in a lot better position than I think when I came on and when Gwen came on. And I just feel that we've got some projects done, we've gotten some projects started. And I just feel really good about my time here. So again, thank you to all of you. It's been a pleasure to serve with you, and keep it going from here. Keep getting the things done, keep moving forward.
You can still come and sit in the audience.
Oh, I'll be there.
Thank you, Jerry.
Appreciate all you done here.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks for the opportunity to work with you.
Mike, something in particular?
Yeah, it's getting late, but I'll be quick. Council discussion, the employee we got filling in the supervisor, they're being paid, right, is that,
30 days according to the policy. I'm watching that.
okay, perfect, yeah.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna get the footbridge deck stained this year.
No, purposely, because it is supposed to weather for a year and then be stained. If.
First time next year
according,
though, that's cool.
yes, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, just.
Any contact with consumers regarding the streetlights or MDOT on the countdown crosswalks?
Yeah, well, I thought they had,
I think you're still gonna.
yeah,
They are.
I thought they did some work to
They do
that.
count down sometimes, and then other times I've seen them not.
It's not.
I was gonna say, I've seen them count
They've
down.
been out several times to work on that, so I don't have a status update from them, but they are aware of it.
Sorry, like.
And I know they
to
were
keep
here.
things, I apologize, but yeah, it's just a little line item. But yeah, and a lot of the streetlights going out east out of town or around. So consumers get those fixed, the LEDs. And then kind of piggyback off Gwen's comment, so what's the plan for appointing? Obviously, we'll have an opening. When do we wanna do that? Do we wanna do that, do we wanna open up? Before, the 25th, we wanna wait till the first
Good point.
meeting in December, or we wanna go about that?
Do you have to have a certain amount of time to advertise that for prospective resumes? What you do for?
So I would recommend that you advertise not less than 2 weeks. And that's the standard for applications that we have internally. My plan was to, once the election is certified, we will publish I was going to follow the exact process we've done before. So I will publish that we're seeking candidates to fill the open council seat. They will submit their interest via a letter. There's no application, so it's just a letter of interest. Those letters of interest will set a closing date, and I will schedule that so that we have those letters prior to a council meeting so that I can get it on the agenda. I'm not sure that we'll be able to make the December one. It's gonna depend when the election's certified. I think the last time Bill was appointed, I had to do a January meeting just because of the holiday not having a second December one. I will, of course, keep you guys posted and share that. But those letters of interest will then come to council, and it'll be up to you guys how you handle that. Again, my recommendation is gonna be, I'm gonna share those questions that you guys created before and that you follow that same process, but you can change that or do what you want to.
You're also gonna have an opening on planning commission too.
Yes, we will have an opening on planning commission.
And that,
If anybody,
I'm assumption that it's your position, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, Sherry serves on it with me.
Oh, that's right, Sherry's already got, so, yeah.
She's a logical statement.
we don't
Well, I hadn't planned on it, but
We don't technically have an opening because Sherry is a resident appointment. She's not the council representative. So we won't officially know who the council representative is until the next
You
meeting.
guys.
But I do know that something we're going to talk about is, since Sherry's already on it, does she now become the council representative? But which would then open up another seat. So we're getting ahead of ourselves, but yes, we may potentially have an opening on planning commission.
Proactive versus.
And that was kind of my push to get that other spot filled, because when we do these appointments, then we may kind of be twiddling our thumbs a little bit until we decide how we want to go about it, so, yeah. That's my only concern.
Yeah, I mean, I can post it now, but I would advise against that, because while I don't think the election results will change, it's not certified. So I would hate to do something and then have to backtrack or change anything.
Being up and up and continue, I mean, I hear where Mike's coming from, but I think that we would all agree that. Be certified and let's be safe, sorry. Yeah, you had something else you wanted to say?
Yeah, just in honor of Veterans Day, I want to thank Bill, National Chief. I don't know if anybody else here was served in the military, family members. Okay. And anyone else there in the audience listening, thank you for your service to our country. It's much appreciated. Absolutely. Did it for all you guys.
Thanks, Sarah. I feel special. Okay, public? There is none. So we're gonna bypass our public comment at this particular time. And, looking for a motion for adjournment, please.
Motion to adjourn at 9:08 p.m.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to adjourn. Lisa, please.
Eric,
Yes.
Jerry,
No.
Mike,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Gwen,
Yes. The motion does pass.
Going out with a bang.
Yes.
I've been wanting to do that.
I love it.
I don't have those.